Hello everyone to the Jewish Week Online. I'm your host, Aaron Herman. How do you build a Jewish community with the opportunity to attend the Jewish Federation of North America Tribefest in New Orleans? Over 1,200 young leaders came together to make a difference and connect. We spoke with Joshua Malina, star of the hit show Scandal, and his sister Nicole about what it means to be Jewish. Let's take a closer look. We're here at Tribefest, and what does it mean to be a Jew to you?
What does it mean to be a Jew?
Yeah.
Wow, you're opening with a very, very big question. That is heavy duty.
If we had the answer to that, that would be...
I would say, as I said yesterday when I spoke, to me at least, it's my prime identifier. If I had to describe myself in one word, it would either be daddy or Jew. If you gave me two words, it would be Jewish daddy. So I think probably for both of us, it's just a major, that's, at least for me, at my core, that's who I am. And it has all really very positive connotations. We grew up together, we are siblings, in a household that really valued Judaism and the beauty of it and the spirit of it.
A lot of what he said, it is the basic core of who I am as a person, and to me it means tikkun olam. It means that that we're here to affect the world in a positive way. We all have different ways that we do that, and different paths, but it means to be a positive person and to help others.
Good answer. That was good.
And being here at Tribefest, you see people from different types of Jewish backgrounds, and being advocates for Judaism or their own Jewishness. Where do you see this emergence of Jewish pride going? From conferences like this.
I think it's an entirely positive one that you meet people from a wide range of backgrounds, and hopefully it leads to more acceptance that each of our sort of personal Jewish journey is as valid as the next, and you kind of learn things from people, and rather than the occasional divisiveness of, well, I'm conservative, you're reform, you're reconstructionist, I'm this. There's sort of a sense of we're all trying to get at the same thing, and I think it brings people together, and it's good to be exposed as much as possible to everyone else's Jewish journey.
Yeah, you gotta let me go first next time to take it over.
You did a very good job last time.
I was going to say basically it's that, and then building upon that is how we interact with other communities, because the more inclusive we are as a people can also allow us to build bridges with other communities. If we can't accept one another, then we won't be able to make changes in the world and connect with other communities in a positive way.
You're good at going second.
Thank you.
What was your most positive Jewish experience and negative Jewish experience?
Oh boy.
Lifetime?
Lifetime.
Bris. Negative.
My own?
Yes.
My own I'm only vaguely aware of. Yeah, I had a lifetime with the results, but I don't remember the actual moment. I have a son of my own, although I loved it. I loved it, Chris. If you were to ask my wife, she might list that as a low point. I don't know. Probably my daughter's bat mitzvah was a huge high point for me. Low point. I don't know. The Holocaust.
That's not funny.
No.
That's kind of funny. No, for me, my low point, I would say, although it turned into a strength, was when I first left for college and I wasn't prepared for the anti-Israel sentiment that I encountered. And even though our father he actually tried to prepare me, but I wasn't really hearing it. And it really threw me for a loop. And I think I hadn't been really aware that I had to be an advocate as much. So that was really difficult for me, especially being at an age where I cared what people fought for. But it actually helped me become more of an advocate for Israel and be a prouder Jew.
And being in Hollywood, there are a lot of Jews in Hollywood. There are a couple. I think there's 5 now, right? So what are you seeing in terms of Jewish pride in Hollywood? Did you see it? Are people out there? And obviously, there's different levels of that. But what are you seeing in your industry?
First of all, I'm an actor. I would never say I'm a Hollywood insider.
Right.
So my exposure is largely to my own family. I have certainly friends and colleagues that I work with that are Jewish and work in Hollywood. And certainly on a personal level, I think I see a lot of Jewish pride. I think there could be more of a positive public presence for substantive Judaism and that kind of pride and support of at least Israel's basic right to exist. It would be nice to see people sort of rally for that basic fundamental right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm always on the side of like, I would like to see more. I'd like to see, in terms of fame and riches, I see the value of the latter, not so much the former. But the only thing that makes me wish sometimes I had a little bit higher profile would be the ability to kind of be like a Jewish role model. I'm not really quite at that level, but I'd like to see people that are really major Jewish stars come out and just be more of a public space for positive stuff for Judaism.
So being
I really can.
so being together here is very special.
Oh, it's
and it's like the idea of Lador, sometimes gets lost in the whole. It's like I always thought it's just saying it, but like even just seeing you guys here together, like was there any moments for you that were like we're here together, this is amazing, and
like that. And it's funny. So I spoke yesterday, whenever it was the main event to kind of kick off, and one of the things I did was sort of acknowledge where we come from in terms of our parents, and sort of indirectly their parents, and just the value that's always been put on Judaism. And one of the things I was sort of laughingly referring to is my dad's inability to walk down the street and walk by anybody who's asking for money, and he always tied that Talmudically to apparently there's the concept that if somebody is reduced to asking for money, you don't ask questions about how they're going to spend it, you just have to help. So we've had many opportunities in New Orleans, like in most cities, there are people in need, and so we can't walk by. We're like, we actually talked about that. We have to walk the walk. So yeah, honoring my dad by not walking by anyone in need.
So you've been to Israel. Have you been to Israel yet?
I've been to Israel 3 times. The first time was for Nicole's bat mitzvah in Israel. What year would that have been? Or do we not want to say on Google Glass? 86. That makes sense.
Yeah. So what's your connection now to Israel?
Connection? Absolutely. I love it. You want to go first?
Please.
Connection is hard to address. I certainly have a huge love for Israel and a desire to stay connected. I've been 3 times. I want to go again. My wife just went for the first time in May, which I'm delighted about. I have kids who are 16 and 11 who have not been yet, so I feel like I've let them down. It's an important thing as a Jewish parent to make sure your kids get to Israel, so I want to make sure that happens. And then I try to get the message out. This kind of speaks back to Jewish Hollywood. I know there are a lot of people who feel sometimes uncomfortable discussing Israel or matters with Israel that are so politically charged, and so I try to encourage people to arm themselves with information and to also realize that while things are often presented as black and white with Israel, the fact is, in reality, it's all gray, and so it's okay to support Israel's right to exist and still to have a critical eye towards this, any specific thing that the government of Israel does. Like, people feel very comfortable criticizing the U.S. government or Obama or whoever's in power, but that doesn't make us question the United States' fundamental right to exist. So I'm saying, if you're Jewish or not Jewish, it's okay to be critical of Israel, but let's start from a fundamental base of it has a right to exist.
That.
There we go.
No, I mean, Israel's close to my heart,
Stop backing away.
I'm not used to being interviewed. It's close to my heart. My experience, my bat mitzvah was amazing, although I don't know if I was old enough to really appreciate it, but when I went back and spent the summer at Tel Aviv University, that was really life-changing, and it's just a wonderful country.
As you can see, everyone is on their own Jewish journey, and with conferences like Tribefest, it empowers young leaders to make a difference in their local and global Jewish community. This is Aaron Herman, and thank you for watching.